Welcome everyone to Weekend Escapades. We are at the base of the Tushar Mountains, and I am standing in front of a wigwam? Teepee? Call it what you will. It is all right here at the Fremont Indian State Park and Museum that is right over here to the right. And we tried to find the Silver King Mine, and we went up a road that was ATV accessible only. We came across a location where the creek crosses the road a couple of places, and let me tell you, it was washed out and deep. I went through two sections of that creek. I'll put in a couple of pieces of video here. And the third section, there was no way that I was going to get through that with a car, all-wheel drive or not, and ground clearance. It would have high-centered and got stuck in that water for sure. So they're saying this time of year, the Silver King Mine in that area may not be a great time to go up there. So we're going to go find a couple of exciting things to take a look at. And you can see there's still snow up on the mountains, and they said there might even be some snowpack up there. So here at the museum, there's a walking trail, and we get to go see what's up in the mountains. I think there's some petroglyphs here as well. But they said that I guess the natives that were here were fairly small, and there's some caves. And so they're not real big caves, but that's what they used to live in. And you can see where we're headed on this path. It's going to go around this hillside over here and back in there. There's a lot of people taking the tour who've never been here before. So let's see this for the first time together. So right here from this vantage point, there would have been an area right out here where the freeway's at, and it says that the archaeologists excavated the ancient village, and they found that it contained at least 60 pit houses like those shown in the illustration. Okay, so right there you can see the petroglyphs, this whole hillside. So there's some right there, and there's more right there on that flat rock. And you go right over this direction, you'll see more. Hopefully you can see them. Here comes the finger, right there. So this hillside has a tremendous amount of petroglyphs on it, all preserved. Didn't know those were back here. All right, there's a bunch of petroglyphs there as well. See them right up here. Yeah, these flat rocks are full of them. And there's a little trail right over that direction where you can climb that mountain and go see some more against that flat rock up there. Some more petroglyphs right there at the base of this. You see, it's really just straight flat rock. There's a bunch right here at the bottom too. I'm sure you can see those. I'm always fascinated by these all over Utah. Arizona, Nevada, they're everywhere. I'm just fascinated by the old artwork and stories that these probably told back then. All right, so headed back down the trail to the visitor center in the parking lot. I'm gonna head down the road and see what we can find. Moving on. All right, so roadside, we found something here. Let's take a look at what we've got. Well, first off, it's got some burros and horses. Do not climb on the horses. Whew, thunder. Some sharp edges on those horses. 1799 to 1831. Pretty sculpture. The World of Mountain Men. So that's what this is. There was some trapping that went on here. Beaver. Old musket style weapon there. And this was the Lewis and Clark expedition, 1804 to 1806. Buckskin-clad American, Frenchmen, and Englanders began trapping beaver and trading fur. And that's what this is. It's a reference to that. And it's the Jedediah Strong Smith, America's Mountain Man. And he was a mountain man that traveled along here, and also the Spanish Trail. So all of this has got a lot of old pioneer, kind of old Southwest history, I guess. And these metal donkey sculptures right next to the freeway in the background. And this is real close to the Native American Museum that we were just at, and found this just off the side of the road. You just never know what you're going to find. Just driving down a road, you don't expect it. But we are going to have a big storm coming in. A lot of thunder, a lot of rain. All right, so we are in Miners Park, Utah, and it is decided to create quite a storm. So if there's some rain on the camera, I apologize. There's some old miners' buildings here and some mining, I guess, like head frames and things. Picnic area. Look at this down here, beautiful, beautiful river running through. I can't imagine what this would look like in the sunshine, but it still is a beautiful area. Even in the rain, not equipped. I did not know that a big storm was going to roll in. Beautiful. Let's look at these old buildings right over here. All right, working my way through the slop. The road coming up here, pretty rough. A lot of side-by-sides, you know, big 3-day weekend, so people all over the place off-roading. This was one of the old miners' cabins, which is now a bunch of wood that has fallen down and some old rusty nails. It's right here next to that river. You can see how hard it's raining. It's just running off the building. See what's inside there. Old couch. At least I'm out of the rain a little bit. It's an old place for sure. Across the road there appears to be some other buildings. Never been up here. So we came up here to go to the Tushar Mountains and see the Silver King mine. Couldn't get up there. The weather and creeks and the little side rivers that you have to drive through were running too rapid for us to get through. But across the road over here there's some more stuff we'll take a look at. And there's the sign saying where you're at. Miners Park. An old lantern. There's some buildings over here and some placards. And the forest ranger across the street. Oh yeah, look at this. This is the entrance for Miners Park. See some old mine cars. This is Bullion Canyon. Paint your wagon and come along. Some of the old rail cars, the Bully Boy Mine, and Sylvester Soderberg Mill. It's like a little walking tour up here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how cold it is. It was actually snowing a little bit. Kind of an old, what is that, a little lift to put ore in? It's got the tracks under it. Yeah, it looks like it lifted up right there. Picked up the ore. And some more machinery over here. Miners Park. Did not even know this was here. Hard Rock Periscope. So sometimes the only thing between a miner who made money and one who was broke was the ability to successfully navigate a vein. Imagine that would be true. You can see how wet it is here. There's just big drops of rain falling. Look how beautiful this place is. I hope the camera doesn't fog up. Doing as good as we can here with keeping the rain off it. Do not have an umbrella. We just drove out of the desert into these mountains and this is what you get. It's got a bumper on it, kind of interesting. It's like a big pneumatic motor of some sort. If anybody knows what that would be, let me know in the comments. Got a radiator on this side. Look at the view of these mountains over here. Wow. Crazy. So this says mine cherries. You see it's got some narrow gauge there. To load a whole train in a narrow space, early 20th century miners used a cherry picker like this. These contraptions would lift empty cars into the air and swing them into place behind muckers? It says mucker, working the rock face. When a car was filled, it was scooted forward and another empty one swung into place. And that's what that looks like. That little crane right there is the one that would bring them around and put them on the tracks. There is a lot to see here. There's a little cabin down here. Look at this one. New mining technology. A little bit different technology. You can see what happened there. They used compressed air. They used to be able to use that to lift up the ore and then dump it back into the ore cars like this. There was a lot of stuff to see here. I had no idea. Blast into smithereens. Adits are rarely dug, but frequently created with explosive. Explosions can't be set haphazardly. They're carefully channeled into rock face by placing dynamite in drilled blast holes. And that's what they used right there, those pneumatic drills, to blast those holes in the rock and be able to set that dynamite. There's one there. There's one of the old drills stuck right in the rock. Look at this. Cut foot number 1. It's got like an old mine entrance there and the old wooden mine car in the narrow gauge. There's a lot of water on the trail. My goodness. Did not come equipped for the rain. All right, there's an old miner's cabin down here. And there's always an outhouse. The sickle moon right there. The old wooden seats. Okay. Miner's cabin. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, you can see it real good on the camera, I think. It's a place where they'd bed down in there. It's got a rock floor. Some canned goods. The old wooden door. See, it's got the logs on the roof there. Lots of bars on the front. See if we can see in the other windows. So here's the side windows on the cabin. Kind of a mulch looking roof. It says push button for light. I don't think that's working. I don't know if we can see in there. Looks like there's a bed back there and some stuff. A lot of wires on the windows. Can't really see. That's kind of fun to see for sure. Old miner's cabin. So that old miner's cabin, it's amazing when Utah, when you go to these places, all this stuff is preserved so well. A little drill press back here and a place where they used to sharpen the tools, and even a little place here looks like for compressed air, or maybe pneumatic, maybe water. Crazy. There's another little trail up here. We're going to take it. And this is pretty much going to kind of conclude this area, but let's see what's up here on the hill. It's getting a little wetter. It kind of goes up the side of the hill a little bit. It's a little muddy. Got some little ore car looking things. Oh, there's a whole bunch more stuff up here. Mine shaft. Shafts are vertical. Pulled the ore out of the depths of the mine with the old ore buckets and turn them and pull them up just like that out of vertical mines. Over here, it's the old South Fork mining. What is that? Power from water. So this is where the water would be piped into the mines and mills of the canyon. Piped water was converted into steam boilers like this one. So this is an old steam boiler. I don't think I've ever seen one that complete. This is a great find here up in the mountains. And over there, you got what looks like old rustic bathrooms. Looks like an old pioneer building built into bathrooms. Now the trail starts going back down to the miner's cabin. But that right there used to hold water. It's like pressurized water was used in the stamp mills in the canyons to wash and separate gold from the dirt and debris. And that was a part of a 24-inch wooden pipe is what that is. So that's a wooden pipe, 24-inch, to be able to use the water for mining operations. And a metal donkey and a miner. This is all found on the way back down the trail. It'd be about 40 degrees up here. Literally was snowing just a minute ago. It was like 90 degrees in St. George yesterday. So we're a little bit climatized with a high desert. Now we're in the high mountains. But take a look behind me here. This piece, this is all the Bully Boy Mill area. And this piece here is no slouch. It looks like that ore came down through there. And up there, it looks like maybe rail cars came through. And we can't get in, it's all fenced, it says no trespassing. I'm gonna respect that. That's a beautiful piece. Especially right there with those, what is that, birch trees, willow trees? I don't know, that is just awesome. Maybe those are aspen trees, I guess. They're in bloom, but it's awfully cold. Look at that. Now we're gonna show you the Bully Boy, it's over here as well. Right through those trees over there is a huge structure. Okay, so right here is the Bully Boy Mill. Now this thing is huge and it is covered in the woods. Definitely says no trespassing. But I gotta get a little closer. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Can you see that? Kind of falling down, probably dangerous. But that is it. Amidst all those aspens is the Bully Boy Mill. A lot of tin buildings over here falling down too, and cement structures. Boy, if the sun was out, we'd have a little bit of a better picture. All right, so got as close as I really wanted to get. There was a park ranger that was right out in front of us. And I'm gonna get in trouble getting in there. We found this on the side of the road on the way down. The remains of another old miner's cabin. What's left of it. Some metal in there as well. Maybe some stovepipe. It's all part of an old miner's cabin that's up here alongside the road. All right, so I'm gonna try and cover the camera with a beanie. Look at this. Up here on the hill, we found this just off the side of the road as well by the other one. Started backing up and here this was. Look at how this one's made. It's just literally, talk about log cabin. It's made out of rustic logs. Was somebody's home at one time. The roof caved in. That's it. A little bit of a door frame left. Beautiful old log cabin. Isn't that crazy? Path up here. Kind of built into the side of the hill. Just a little bit. There it is from behind. Old miner's cabin. Love seeing this stuff. Narrow gauge mine engine, like that would pull the cars. The Deer Trail number 5. That's the old light that was on there. the controls. Now, was this electric? It looks like it was electric. So this must have been, I don't know what time period this would have been, but an old electric engine that evidently pulled mine cars, went through mines, narrow gauge. Did it have batteries in it then? Is that what it was? It had batteries, it looks like, maybe. If you know, let me know. Because again, this is something I'm still learning. I haven't seen that era of a mining engine. But I'm assuming it had batteries up in here and it was electric. It looks like a heavy piece of equipment. People out having fun. The side-by-sides love the mountains. They come up here in big groups. One day, I would love to have one of those and go explore these mountains. Thanks for joining us today. And until the next adventure, goodbye from Weekend Escapades and this rainy day in the Tushar Mountains.